Welcome to Channel AMIC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel, turn the bell on side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one of getting all the inside. Right, today we've received some updates of some regulations amendments. Well, it's good. It's actually very good. Now, as I have predicted since beginning of the pandemic and also end of last year, that 2022 will be a very exciting year because all these amendments and change of policies are actually getting a better pathway for anyone who is interested to migrate to Australia. So there are two major news today. One is obviously the extension of more working type of visa, which I'll go through with a statement announced by the Minister of Immigration, Alex Hawke. And the other one also is announced by the Minister of Immigration, Alex Hawke, about the expansion of regional area postcodes in Queensland. Now, very interesting as we are moving forward another 10 years onto the Brisbane Olympic 2032. Is it a plan to actually maximize Queensland's migrants number? Anyway, let's have a look. Okay, now the first one is this one. Okay, so it's actually came out on Wednesday, which is late yesterday. So let's go through it anyway. Okay, enhancing temporary visa setting to support Australian economy recovery. So obviously, due to 2 years of pandemic and the Fortress Australia, without the border opening, the economy has been hit badly. Well, as you can imagine. So the Morrison government continue to make a range of visa amendments. So let's have a look. The first one is the Skilled Recognized Graduate 476 visa. Now, what is that one? Well, it's very easy. What you need to do is go to my channel and search for 476. I actually done an explanation of this visa. This is generally for the engineers who graduated within the institution that is recognized by diplomatically recognized by Australian government. They will be able to obtain this 476 visa, but obviously due to the last 2 years no one could actually enter. So what they're gonna do is the eligible visa holder lost the time in Australia will have their visa extended for further another 24 months. Well, great. So you should have received email in regards to the automatic extension to that visa. So again, welcome to all these people coming to Australia, experience Australia, and perhaps help the economy to recover. How they do that? Well, getting into a job or two, work in Australia to pump the economy altogether. All right, so this is that one. That's pretty easy to understand. Now 407. Now this one is for people coming from offshore or perhaps a graduate, and they require to go into extended training in any type of industry, and it's generally a employer sponsored type of visa, because you need an employer to sponsor you to facilitate the skill training. So the Morrison government has supported business during pandemic, allowing student visa holder to work additional hours. Now, due to current workforce shortage, I did not expect 407 to actually be extended. So it looks like the economy is actually not as good as what the treasurer had always said in the media, as you see. So still they need more people. So they will be temporarily extending this arrangement by removing a limit on secondary training 407 holder working hours across all sector. So that means for people who are the secondary, that means the partner, there is no more limitation. Just like the student visa, there's no more work hour limitation. So they let them to work more and perhaps make more money and help the economy again. This measure take the immediate existing new secondary training visa holder will be renewed in April 2022. So again, April is the key. It's generally the time that everybody comes back from Easter, and I expect a lot more other changes in April as well. Okay, access of the COVID-19 408 visa. Remember, there are people that did not leave the country during the pandemic, and they could actually apply for 408 visa free in order to continue to help out the industry and the workforce. So what's happening here? Temporary visa holder work right will be able to access incurring visa application charge of period of 6 to 12 months if they work in any sector. Wow, that's anything. You work anything. Presently, this visa with no visa application charge for 12 months, any person working with an offer to work in agriculture, food processing, blah blah blah. So that was previously during the pandemic. So the new arrangement, let's watch this one, for this 408 visa May after. Now this is the key. You need to have it lodged after 21st of February. Well, today's March, so why they say that? Anyway, let's have a look. Temporary visa holder who were in Australia prior 21st of February, as well as anyone arrive after 21st of February, have work right or job offer from a Commonwealth funded aged care services at time application. Interesting. Now, so they are only focused on the aged care services now. Temporary visa holder working intended work in any sector, okay, funded aged care, including the aged care, will be able to apply for pandemic event visa up to 90 days before existing visa expires and remain in Australia for up to 12 additional months if they work or intended to work in the key sector. Now, the key sector will be agriculture, food processing, healthcare, aged care, disability, childcare, tourism, and hospitality. Wow, tourism and hospitality, that include cafe and restaurant. That's almost everything. So 6 months if intend to work in any other sector, or any other sector, for example in IT or other technology, company and things like that. But this is a great information. Now, I think the reason for this is basically because obviously we've gone through a cycle of Omicron variant, and also remember the agriculture visa. Where is it? Where is the diplomatic things? But I think currently with the issue with Ukraine and Russia and the war, so I think this temporary arrangement is actually very good. So more people could, if they can have job and work in agriculture, food processing, healthcare, aged care, disability, go for it, man. Get this 408 visa. Removing sector limitation of eligibility will provide further support. That means they want people to stay. Don't go. If your visa gonna expire, don't go. Stay. We'll let you stay and work. And that's basically how the government is giving out the signal out there. Again, it's a good signal, good news. And as you can see, there's lot more relaxations in the law. That means the gate of migration door is actually opening up. All right, the next information. Now, this is a bit boring because it doesn't show on the immigration website. But what is this? Now, this is a legislation instrument done dated back in February 17. But when I checked the update on the web page, it's not there yet. However, it should be updated very soon. So what is this one? This is basically including further postcode in Queensland. Here we go. Let me highlight all those ones as a regional area. Now, why is this important? Because if you're a student, you study and live in those regional areas, it gets you a further secondary 485 PSW visa, and also those are the areas that will allow you to gain 491 visa for state sponsorship as well. Now, unfortunately, this document only adds more suburbs in Queensland. No other state has been include additional suburbs. I'm gonna go through where those suburbs will be and are. So again, if we continue on, it says it will be affected on the 485 visa, 491 visa, and so on and so forth. So basically, it's giving more rights and more advantages to Queensland. So let's go into the map. Okay, now, all right, this is a map of Brisbane. Okay, now previously, if you see the whole Brisbane generally would not be accepted as regional area. Now, what they have done in this law, it basically including partial suburbs of Brisbane. So where are they? They are the northern part of Brisbane. So I believe it started from Eaton Hill. So starting from right there, and the Sandgate and the Redcliffe, I think that all, if you can see my cursors, all up there, North Lake, all the way up to Caboolture and to Sunshine Coast. Now previously only if you pass Caboolture and you go up to Sunshine Coast, that will be considered as regional. So what they have done is they including all this part all the way down to about here, where you see the river right there. That's where they are. The boundary has been drawn. So people living in this area, or perhaps you study courses. There are some institutions in Caboolture. You will be able to gain that regional advantage. So that is a great news. Oh, North Lake, there's Costco, there's IKEA and things like that. So it's quite populated area there. So that is a great news. Now on the west, they also given out more area, assign them to be as regional area. So previously, you are required to go all the way to right there, Gatton and Toowoomba. That will be regional. What they have done is they include all this area all the way to Ipswich and to Darra. In Darra, that is like 20-minute drive from that area to Brisbane CBD. Can you imagine that? And that is just not including Indooroopilly and Kenmore, but a little bit just opposite the rivers. You see the river right there. Now, the area up there is not counted as regional, but the area down here will be counted as regional, and all the way west towards Ipswich and Springfield. That will all be counted as regional. Now that is a huge milestone and changes and giving more benefits to the state of Queensland. I believe obviously you can see it's they're looking to attract more migrant to Queensland to populate the area, or basically due to another 10 years to 2032 Olympic in Brisbane. Anyhow, should you have more question query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.